have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Whatever you focus upon becomes your truth.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Living Indubiously podcast. This is Skip. I'm tremendously excited about this particular episode. We're sitting here in Gabon, Africa, doing some amazing healing here with a bunch of beautiful close friends. And we're here to talk about the Bwiti tradition with none other than Moughenda Mikala. He's the 10th generation shaman for the Missoko Bwiti. So excited to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me, buddy.
Yeah. Ever since we started talking about our journey with Iboga medicine on Living Indubiously, we've had so much response from people they've been telling us that what we've been saying has been hitting them in places that they didn't really truly understand. That the medicine kind of felt like it was coming through those podcasts. Being that I have the man himself here, I want you to speak to, first and foremost, I'd love to hear from you what the Bwiti tradition is, what Iboga medicine is, and what the Bwiti have been up to.
Okay, well, that's a good question, and thank you for having me again. Let's start with the Bwiti tradition. The Bwiti tradition, it's a traditional spiritual path, which is the art of living. It's the art of knowing, the study of life itself. That's what Bwiti is. So in the Bwiti, we study life itself in a spiritual level. That's what Bwiti is. It's been switched from Bwiti to Bwiti. Bwiti is a French, appellation.
From the colonization.
Yeah, from the colonization, they call it Bwiti, which is Bwiti, and that's not the word. The real word, it's Bwiti, Bwete. Bwiti, that's the art of living. We study life itself. And that's all it is. It's a traditional spiritual path where we all go to it, through initiations, rite of passage, and the study of life itself. That's all Bwiti is. Because as a person, if you do not know how to live, it's chaos. It's going to be difficult for any human who doesn't know what life is, and what kind of requirements and the codes and all these teachings, coming with life itself. It's going to be difficult. So, yeah.
And from a Bwiti perspective, if you were to define life, what does life mean? What is life?
Well, life is just the beautiful gift from the Creator, regardless of anyone's beliefs. As you know, nowadays there's a lot of beliefs out there. Of course, science will explain to others that life just happened, right? From a big bang.
Yeah.
But to us as Bwiti people, it's not a belief, because first of all, Bwiti, it's not a belief. It's a knowing. We don't talk about things we don't know. So life itself, it's the greatest gift ever. The gift from God who created every single living thing on earth here. And there's no other gift going above it. Nothing goes above the gift of life. And it's been given to all of us for free. Nobody paid a dime to be born. Nobody's paying a dime to stay alive, man, regardless who we are. So yeah, it's the greatest gift, the gift to be. It's been given to us for free, once again. And that's all life is, And then in that gift, you have everything in there.
It's all complete.
It's everything in there. Complete. Love, whatever, you name it. It's all in there. Yeah.
And so this tradition, it's been around for how long?
Well, actually, and honestly, nobody knows. Because if I can tell you, if I give you a number, I'll be lying. Because nobody knows. Same with the beginning of time, really, nobody knows. They just coming up with different ideas of years and millions of years, but nobody knows actually when life started, how long human being on earth here, nobody knows, really. If we go to the root of the truth, nobody knows. But what thing I can say for sure, it's been here forever, pretty much since the beginning of time. Yeah. Yes, it's just that human would never get a chance to discover that sooner. But it's been here forever. Yeah.
And so at the core of Bwiti tradition, we have this wonderful medicine called Iboga. And we want to hear from the man himself what Iboga is, and what the Bwiti have been using Iboga for.
Okay. But Iboga medicine, it's a plant. It's one of the strongest and powerful medicine plants that we have on earth here. It's the godfather of all the plants on the planet. And again, that's not a belief. It's a fact. It's the only plant who has two spirits, the male and female spirits in one. It's a sacrament to us. And matter of fact, it's been declared as a national treasure, from the Gabonese government here. So it's well protected from the government now. And we use Iboga for many things, for physical healings, for spiritual healing, and spiritual discovery. And it's been in this tradition for centuries, and we love it. It's good medicine. We do discoveries. We heal ourselves. It's one of the best medicine that we use. Nowadays, all over the place, people use for detoxes. Like medicine can detox anyone from any type of drugs, regardless, and also for mental illnesses, physical. It's all there, man. It's all there. So Iboga to us, it's been a sacrament, and it's been used also for initiations. Inside of the tradition for initiations. So it's been a blessing, to have this medicine, and how people use that medicine, to study life itself. So it's not just Bwiti stuff, because back in the day, if we go back to the Bwiti tradition, back in the day, people had so many beliefs because they didn't know better. There was like everybody would be coming up with different ideas about life, different ideas about everything, the way the world...
Just make it up.
Just make it up, until they find Iboga medicine who came and just wipe it out everything. And telling them to follow, the truth, because that's what's setting people free, And then, Iboga's been a big help for our people since day one. Our people have been studying life itself, and then the medicine brought its teachings, how to live a happy life, how to live in harmony, and how to study themselves, how to self-master yourself as a human being, because you need that self-mastery, and in order to live in harmony with yourself, in order to live a happy life and find out about yourself, who you are, you need to study something, right? And it doesn't come from books. The study of the self-mastery is not from books. Not the way we see in the West. You guys have a lot of books there.
In fact, it's messing people up.
Just messing people up.
Yeah.
And the self-study, it's not about reading books. It's about going through experiences and having something real that, like Iboga medicine, was going to take you to your own core, like your own base. To at least for the first time face yourself and understand or discover yourself. And now you can reconnect back to yourself and know, what life is and who you are, where you come from.
Right.
So that's the work of Iboga medicine. So it's we will say Iboga is probably like 25% physical. It does all the detoxes, all the physical healings, but it's more on a spiritual level.
Yep.
That's where you get more benefits.
And what would you say to somebody that was hearing about Iboga medicine for the first time, and they were nervous about facing themselves? Because we hear this a lot with people. They're like, I don't know what I'm going to find.
Right.
If I dig in this box, if I look in here, I'm going to be shocked to hear what's there.
Right.
And they're going to see something they don't like to see.
Right.
And so if you had somebody in front of you that was having those fears, what would you tell them?
Well, it's simple. First, they have to stop searching Iboga online. They won't get any good information online. That's just they will be reading other people's experiences, which is a lot of them are false. People making up, as you know, that people are so good making up stories, right? Even some others who came to Gabon, they will land in the city or different villages. Have a lot of retreat there, and they go back, start to write things they have no idea. So for someone who's new, never heard about Iboga medicine, if they go first online and read about different people's experiences, of course they will start to be afraid. That's one. Second, for someone who's ready, who wants to find themselves, who wants to reconnect back to themselves, it's so simple. They just have to be ready. This medicine actually doesn't kill nobody, really. Of course, there's been a couple of deaths, all over the place.
You got people out there using it when they're not
the wrong way,
not Bwiti trained.
They're not Bwiti trained. They're using it just to make a shortcut, money thing, right? So first, they have to find a qualified provider who's been trained in a shamanic way, Bwiti ways. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way you get a training. That's not copying from someone or sitting somewhere in a different retreat and calling yourself as a Bwiti provider. A Bwiti provider, you will have to come to Gabon to get a training, like yourself, right? So the first thing, that's second. The third thing, they have to be ready. Of course, a lot of people out there are afraid to face themselves because that's the only way someone will break free if being ready to face themselves.
And what does readiness look like for somebody? If you saw somebody that was ready, what would you see?
Well, that's first. That person won't be afraid. They might be nervous, but they're not going to be afraid. They'll be just like, what?
I don't care what it is.
I don't care what it is. Just do whatever it takes, man. Just give it to me, and I'm going to swallow that damn thing and break through, right? Yeah. That's it. So people who's ready, they're not afraid. Yeah. They might be a little nervous, but they get excited. Yeah. They're ready to travel to the end of the world to find something that they know it's going to help them. So people have to stop hearing from other people or reading other people's experience. Like I said earlier, no, they just have to find a right Bwiti guy like yourself, and like others out there, and then they will have a beautiful, wonderful journey. Yeah. It's very simple.
Yep. We see it over and over again, that people that are actually willing to come in and put down all of their stuff and are fed up with everything going on, they actually come in healed. Yeah. They don't even really see it. Yeah. They're coming in ready to put it down. The medicine just helps them do it really easily.
That's right.
But they've decided. Yeah. They've made up their mind.
They made up their mind. And then again, it's like about getting ready. When someone's ready, they come to the medicine. The medicine will do the rest. It's going to help them, to a point where they didn't even expect it. Yep. And it gets really hard if someone who is coming to this medicine for fun. Yep. Or just as a vacation thing, right? Like you see nowadays, people traveling all over the place for vacation.
Bucket list.
They're not going to heal. Yeah. They just want to show off and have the different pictures on the Facebooks, to let the friends and communities to know they were in Gabon, they were in Peru, on Amazon. That's not the way it's done. And then also they do not know the difference between healing themselves and playing around, right? So that's big time difference.
And so one thing that I've noticed through my training and my time with the Bwiti and with the tradition is that the word healing means something different in the West than it does here.
Oh yeah.
Healing, what we call healing and what people think that process actually looks like is very different. Totally. Because a lot of what we have in the West is we have people that feel like, healing is a lifetime thing. That they're always going to be on this treadmill. So what does a complete healing entail for the Bwiti?
Okay, first of all, I've been in the West for so long to know this one. The way you're talking about. People in the West, they're taking healing as a vacation thing, and as community thing, because everybody is doing it, so I have to be part of a community who's going out there to heal, right? But they don't know what is healing really, because when someone decides to heal, they will do what it takes first for themselves to get ready, and they will find a good medicine plan to heal, and they will get it. There's no question, So in the West, people so much, man. Yeah. They're not healing themselves. They're not trying to heal. They're just having an idea, an idea to heal, and going from different countries to countries, again, just to show off, to show other people, like I've been in Peru, I've been in Amazon, I've been in DR, I've been in Gabon. Yeah. But that's not a healing. But in the Bwiti, what we consider as a healing, first of all, life itself, it's not a healing journey. I heard that so many times in the West.
I'm on a healing journey.
Yeah, I'm in a healing journey. Yeah. Life, it's a healing journey. And I was shocked to hear that. Now, if you are on a healing journey, so that means you constantly have to be healing you. Yeah. So you have to always find something to heal in you. Yeah. Even if you're not sick. Yeah. Right? So that means you get that's the first confusion that you get there. But to the Bwiti people, when we're talking about healing, it's serious. Yep. Healing, it's not a joke. There's no distractions there. There's no fun to have. There's no, like you will see in the West, like you're going to heal, but you still have your computer, yep. You still have your phone on, talking to your friends and family, yep. Posting different things on Facebook, for people to know you are in Amazon healing, doing retreat. Yep. Yeah, no. Healing, that's not what it is, man. Yep. Healing, it's, as a female knows better than this one, seeing a woman having a baby. Now ask anyone, if any female who already has a mother, the day they were having the first or the second child, if they were having fun. Mm-hmm. That's what healing is, man. Yep. You want to know exactly what healing is? That's what it is. It's pain. Ask a female, the day they were having a baby, if they were having fun. No. You can see that woman just like her life would just shift right there at the same seconds when the baby's coming out. They're becoming a different person because they're going hell. They're in pain. Same thing, man. The healing, it's someone has to go through pain first. Mm-hmm. Because that pain, that's what's going to allow you to heal your old self. Because you have to be reborn. Right. Until you feel the pain, you can. Yourself can
drag you with you.
Yeah, just drag you. You're there. Yeah. So see, that's the difference here. Healing, it's serious. When we're doing the healing here, it's very serious. Someone can stay for the month, to heal themselves. Mm-hmm. They have no contact whatsoever with their loved ones. Mm-hmm. No phones, no computers, no games, no distraction, nothing, until they come out there because it's serious. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference between Bwiti people who understood the healing process compared to a lot of folks in the West with things like healing. It's having everything in there, mm-hmm. Because once you get a journey, let's say last night you got to go to the beach today, right? You got to go to the pool, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, because you're distracting yourself there. And when we're talking about healing, you have to know, the person has to know what kind of type of healing they're looking for. That someone has to know first. Before you go somewhere to heal, you got to know what type of healing you need. And am I going to the right medicine, people? Because that's the key.
It's important.
It is important, And there's a lot of healers and shamans out there. They still don't know the difference between all those medicine either. Mm-hmm. Because to be able to help someone, when someone's coming, the person never met ever before. First, your eyes has to be like X-ray. That means you have to be able to read that person to really know, because you're not going to go just based on what they're telling you, right? You have to be able to screen them. Mm-hmm. So you got to know what the person's coming to you for. Mm-hmm. And before that, a healer shaman has to know the use of the medicine that they're using. Mm-hmm. If it's the right medicine for the person's coming. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of component, mixed together. Yep. So that's why in the Bwiti we develop, the art of screening. We will always screen people coming to us to know. So it's very important to know exactly what level they are, what kind of healing they're looking for. Is that a physical healing or spiritual healing? Mm-hmm. Until someone gets as a healer, until they get that, and knowing if they don't have the right medicine to refer that person to someone else, well, it's going to be a chaos. Mm-hmm. So there's 3 kind of medicine plants in the whole world that the shamans and healers has to know, regardless, man. There's medicine for physical healing, only, that's it. All the plants you see all over the place, all over the world, mm-hmm. There's only 3 kinds. In every country you go, the same thing, man. 3 kinds: medicine for physical healing, medicine for spiritual healing, and medicine for spiritual discovery. That's it. So let's say you're having a spiritual problem, and then you're going to Moughenda, who has a medicine specialized for physical healing. You can stay there 10 days, 10 years.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You won't get healed.
Right.
See, someone has to know, those differences. And the beauty about Iboga medicine, and that's why it is the godfather of all the plants, right? So it does the physical healing, spiritual healing, and that's the only medicine that can take any human being to a nice, comfortable trip or the spiritual discovery. That's the only medicine, man. If someone knows another medicine out there that can take any human being to a very hardcore spiritual discovery life journey, I would love to experience that too.
Yep.
Because that's the only medicine. Different medicine does spiritual healing and physical healing. When we're talking about a spiritual discovery, not a dream state. No. A spiritual discovery cannot be in a dream state or using your mind, using your imagination. No. In Iboga medicine, we don't use our mind. We have to go life journey. That means you can see. Whether you see or the medicine will be using other 5 senses. So people need to know that. That's very important. The difference between those healings and the medicine that someone will be taking, and I've met people who have done different medicine plan, 900 times, man, 300 times.
It's a treadmill.
You know what I mean? It's just like, my God, it's not food. Stop it.
Yes.
What are you doing, man? No, you can't be eating medicine plant as food.
Yeah.
No. That's so wrong, man. And at the end of the day, you get messed up.
Yeah. Confused.
You get confused because absorbing lots of medicine plant in your system for so long, for so many years, it's not necessary because it's not food. You take that medicine plant only when you need it, when you're doing the experiences or you're doing your healing. And healing has to be said one time. You program yourself. If you decide, like, okay, this is 2003, I'm going to take this year to heal me, that's all you need. You get ready, you get healed, and you move on.
You live a good life.
You live a good life, instead of going over 10, 15 years constantly healing you. Like, what's wrong with you? What is it? What are you trying to heal? Over the 15 years, you never get down to that? That's a problem.
And I see people a lot of times second guessing. They're actually living a very, very good life and are actually very happy. And they're messing with themselves so much about still needing healing.
Well, that's confusion.
It's just, it's like this thing where their mind's telling them, well, I got to constantly do this or else I'm not doing the work I need to do.
They're confused. Yeah, people are so confused. They love following friends. They want to be part of something. So they're convincing themselves, if I don't belong to a community where people healing, so I'm not a human or I'm not happy. That person saying that or to themselves, first of all, they're lying to themselves. They're so confused, and they have a problem somehow. Because for someone who knows themselves, they will know they have no more problems. Okay, they completely healed, fully healed. They're just living their lives, and that's all. And knowing what life is also, it's important. And a lot of people, they still searching for the purpose. They're still searching for for life itself. Like, what is it? There's lots of explanations about life, whatever it is. Still all together, but the real truth about it is to be and live. Live, to be, just be and live, because that's where happiness is.
So we get that all the time. People coming to us saying, "I want to know what my purpose is here." It's so common. It's so common because everybody feels like they are part of a bigger picture. That they all feel like they're working towards something. They don't know what their purpose is, and they really want to know what that is.
They want to find out the purpose, to be part of something bigger. Probably like to redirect the world. Or heal the earth. They want to be in a bigger picture. But guess what? That's wasting time. Nobody will be in the bigger picture. The only person who were in the bigger picture who still is in the bigger picture is the Creator himself. We all here as guests. That's it. Now, if you're wasting your damn time trying to find something special, guess what? Got bad news for you, because you won't find it.
And you already are.
You don't have it right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want a big picture, how about just looking at yourself back, just like, oh my God, I'm here on earth.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna enjoy every second of my life here for now, because the day I go, it's over.
Yep.
You know?
And I feel like people get numb to the fact that they're already doing something really amazing just by being who they are.
Yes.
They get numb to that fact. They feel like they need something more. They need a bigger story.
Oh yeah, that's part of beliefs, right? Yeah. And that's very strong in West. You know, you guys really messed up there with those beliefs. That's so many. That's what's confusing.
Got my
people.
work cut out for me.
You know what I mean? That's just beliefs, and people believe those crap.
Yeah.
You know, like if someone is sitting there in their home, they have everything, they accomplish a lot of things, you know, and still feeling like something missing, so they have to double check themselves out.
Yep.
Because if you just be, that's all you need. You know, a purpose. What is a purpose anyway? You know, do they really know the description of a purpose? We're serving someone else's purpose, all of us, every living thing, including human. You know what I mean? We don't try to kill yourself just because you want to be part of a big picture. Mm-hmm. There's no big picture here. Yeah. There's only one big picture. It's you and I to be here on earth and live. That's it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We're serving someone else's purpose. Yeah. The guy, you know what I mean, who made all this possible for us. He wanted us to be here and, you know, to enjoy this. That's the purpose. You know, it's to be and enjoy it. Period. Now, if someone else wants to, you know, find another purpose, well, good luck for them. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And we see it too, because people when they hear that information and they accept it, you can see the pressure's taken off of them.
That's right.
They no longer need to push this supreme pressure on themselves to be something more and more exciting and all this stuff.
Yep. Yep.
They can just live.
Well, the thing is, you're right, yeah, because when someone accepts it, it's easy. The pressure will just drop. Can you find something like existing? If I'm asking you to go out there and look for something very special, but not there, can you find it?
No.
See? Yeah. And that's what people are doing every day. Mm-hmm. They're looking for something like existing. You know what I mean? That's why they get caught up in their own game. Yeah. And they start to lie to themselves. They start to get caught up with different crap and different beliefs. Mm-hmm. And it's all over. Yeah. See? So simple. Life, it's just to be. Yeah. Just be. Enjoy it.
So simple.
So simple, man. Like, we have a very limited time on earth here. Yeah. You know, like, where are our great-grandparents?
They're gone.
Gone. Of course, different beliefs will be like, you know, they're coming back.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been waiting already?
Yeah.
They're not coming back, but now this present life, they're gone, man.
Yep.
Same as us. One day we're going to be gone. Mm-hmm. So our time here on earth, it's very limited. So it's up to ourselves to really know it, because it's not about believing anything. We just here 24/7, having just daytime, nighttime. Yep. You know, you want to enjoy your life for the time that you have, that God is allowing you to be here. Forget about, you know, wanting to impress anyone or being part of this big picture, which will never come anyways. You know what I mean? So just wasting your time there, getting confused.
Yeah.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Just be and enjoy. That's what we got. It's very beautiful. You know?
Yeah, it's wonderful. And so you mentioned the kind of the dysfunction of the West, and I want to talk about that a little bit more, because going back a few, maybe 10, 20 years, nobody in the West knew what this medicine was, and I feel like you're responsible for that in some ways. And I know that this medicine spoke to you at one point.
Yep.
And asked you to come, that it was time for the medicine to come west. And so I wonder if you could speak a little bit about that process and what that was like for you.
Well, it was I'm not going to say a challenge. It was kind of shocking for my family and friends, because I had to quit my job. I used to have a good job here with the oil companies, working 2 weeks off, 2 weeks in, and then my 2 weeks off I would still take care of people. And then I had a vision. Medicine came and asked me to go to West to spread its healing and its teachings. Mm-hmm. And I just like, okay, well, let's do it. Didn't speak English back then.
So I want you guys to get this, because this man said yes to this medicine without question. He didn't speak a lick of English. You had how much money in your pocket?
$300.
$300 in his pocket. Got on a plane. Flew to New York City. Never been there. Never knew what it was about.
No.
Got off the plane. No English, and just was like, "What did I just do?"
Yeah, it's just when I got to JFK. That's because that's the airport that we landed at, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Moughenda, now what? We're going to, nobody's coming to pick you up. So what? And see, the funny thing is, I love to talk to call the Iboga medicine as buddy. You know what I mean? Because I always call him buddy. I'm like, buddy, I never asked to come here, man. You did. So I'm in the airport, JFK. I don't speak any English. I don't not know anybody. I have no friends here. So what now? And that's all I'm going to ask him, and then just wait. The thing is, I was born and raised in this tradition, so where trust is something huge to us. You cannot be a shaman without trusting, fully the medicine. You have to trust it, and that's the only thing, all the way up to today. That's the thing I have in this medicine. I trust it for my whole life. You know what I mean? Regardless of the challenges. I know even to the last second, he's going to show up, and then he's going to make things happen. And that's what happened, when I got to New York City and sitting there, seeing everybody, getting off the plane and family coming, taking off the people. I'm just sitting there watching, okay, my God, this is serious, man. And then, something happened there. Someone came and asked me if, actually, I helped a female little baby on the plane. This little Senegalese baby, maybe she was something years old. She was crying all.
And so they're French speaking, so that was
they're French speaking. Yeah, she was crying, all the way from New York to probably the middle of the ride. You know what I mean? And I had back then I had a lot of Iboga root, a stick my mouth. And that little baby just grabbed it and put it in her mouth. And mother trying to panic, what's this? I'm like, just let it be for now. Because everybody was pissed off on one plane. Can you imagine a whole plane, a baby crying and that was tough. So she grabs my root, my little piece of root. She just put it straight to her mouth and started chewing it. 10-15 minutes after she just fell asleep through the whole half of the way. You know what I mean? And actually I was my free pass.
Were you checking his breath to see if it was
No. I didn't worry because I knew nothing would happen to her. I was just sucking into the roots. Yeah. So that little juicy thing for the root put her to sleep. But actually that was the medicine doing all that. But I didn't realize myself, and then until we got to New York City, and I was sitting there waiting for nobody. Actually, I was just enjoying the place, looking left and right. I'm like, wow, this is kind of nice here, But I was not afraid or kind of trying to get stressed out until that female was standing waiting for her husband. The husband showed up, and then I was sitting. I can see from a distance that woman was pointing at me, So that means he was talking to the husband, that guy helped me in the airplane, And he came to thank me. Thank you, man. I heard everything happened, my child in the plane. I'm like, that's all good, man. And he was talking French, of course.
Yeah. Lucky you.
And and then he goes, what are you waiting? Like, nothing. Well, everybody's gone. Do you have anyone coming to pick you up? I'm like, no. He's like, what do you mean no? Because I have nobody. Okay, do you have some money with you? Yeah, 200. Okay, well, I'm gonna drop you in the hotel and then we'll figure something out. That's how things started there. So it was a very good experience. Going back from Gabon, quit my job, sold everything. My family got crazy. They thought I lost my mind for a minute. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody was gonna curse me out, calling me different names and stuff. And there's 2 people who didn't panic. That was my mother and my grandfather. Yeah, but the rest, my brothers, oh my God, they thought I was, probably I smoked something or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I got my mind messed up. Like, no, guys, I'm going to mission. Like, what are you talking about mission? You just quit your job, man. Do you know how many people wants to get in that job?
Yeah.
Like, just forget about it. I made my choice and that's it. Mm-hmm. Then, sure enough, went to New York City and then everything started there.
Awesome.
Yeah, to spread the healing and the teaching of the Iboga medicine.
And so why do you think the medicine asked you to do that? Do you think, I think I know why.
Okay.
Being that the West has gotten to a certain place of, it's just basically at the peak of dysfunction. And there's nobody that needs the medicine more than the West. And so, did the medicine tell you why it was doing that?
Oh, yeah. See, it's sad. It's sad to see because when I first got in New York City, seriously, and my first time ever in my life, I got shocked to see how humans live. Especially getting on the train, like subways. My God, you can see people just like machines. They don't talk to each other. If you're sitting somewhere, a person comes in, they will sit right close to you. They can't even say hello to you. He opens up his newspaper and he goes in there reading until they get off. It's sad to see because, doing the research on things, on the physical things, it's all good because it's kind of 50% is helping the world to to get around, to do things very easier. But it's also bad because we're forgetting about the basics of life and stuff. Because if you're pursuing something materially, so highly, you will forget about yourself and you get screwed.
Yep.
And that's actually the level that the West got in themselves, which is really messed up.
There's a basic connections between people.
That's right. You know what I mean? And it's been difficult. People thinking that the West is all good. No, that's just the TV, man. Mm-hmm. They will show you the beauty of the West in the TV. That's why you see the whole world kind of drawn to go there. Mm-hmm. But they don't show the real picture of people, the way people living actually in there. The West is sick.
Yep.
And the big guys, it's not like they don't know. They know about this.
Yeah.
But is the people knows? I don't think so. It's just a few people kind of starting to wake up, trying to look for something, something different, because they got to a dead end now.
Yep.
Thinking before everything was so beautiful. We're having a lot of money. We're living in a 12, 15 million dollars mansion, driving the biggest cars ever. But at the end of the day, when you take yourself back in your bedroom, sadness.
Miserable.
You know what I mean? So it's difficult. Iboga sending me there to spread the healing and the teaching the medicine. It's for a good reason. Because this medicine been kept secret for so long.
Yep.
To protect it against humankind. Because you see how human will destroy good medicine. Look, out there. There's beautiful, very strong, powerful medicine plants out there. That's been destroyed by the human. So the medicine kept the secret for so long, man, until he came back and tell us to just let go now, right? So that's my mission there.
Yeah.
And nowadays more and more people getting into this medicine, which is really good.
And so, what do you feel the most important part about Iboga medicine and its healing place in the West is? How can Iboga medicine heal the West from its dysfunction?
Well, it's very simple. If as you can see nowadays, we're getting a lot of people coming to us, and we get at least between 60 to 75%, successful rate. That's for people who's ready. Someone has to start by looking for themselves, looking to be able to recognize, how messed up they are, how sick they are.
Yep.
In order, for the medicine to heal them. Yep. And that's not just the Iboga medicine, any other medicine plants where people, let's say if someone having a spiritual problem and they go, let's say to Peru, find a natives there who's really good and having good medicine, but that person has to be ready because any natives that you're going to go to, they're always ready. Those guys out there, they're ready to go. So the problem is not about natives. It's about people going to natives. Are they ready? Are they going there for real? Are they going there for fun? Or are they going there for real?
To show off.
To show off, just to have another medicine plan in the book, right? So any medicine, someone has to be ready. Iboga medicine is out there already, and just waiting for people.
And what I love about this medicine, one of the most important things I find when I'm seeing people go through the process and having a good, successful healing, is taking back the self-accountability and responsibility for their own lives. I've seen nothing like it. Because when somebody's ready to really say, you know what, the whole thing, the whole mind fuck that I put myself through, that was all me.
That's right.
And this medicine has a very unique way of showing somebody specifically that they did it to themselves.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I love Iboga medicine. There's no running. What do you think that a lot of people are afraid to go to the Iboga medicine? Because they're afraid to face themselves. And the Iboga medicine has no mercy for that. Like, as soon as you swallow that medicine, there's no more running. No matter who you are, it's gonna corner you and then just rip you apart. Show you exactly who you are and what's been, or like what you've been doing. So that's what's been the problem. A lot of people, they're afraid to face themselves, and they kind of joking around, messing around, and then accusing families out there. Even governments, we all know, man. In the whole world, there's not a single government who's good to people. We all know. And we've been living that way ever since. So, see the way people will use different excuses? It's the government doing this. It's my father who did that to me. My mom did that to me. But what about you? I never heard anything you're saying to me about yourself.
Nobody does.
You know what I mean? Nobody does. See, that's where the problem is. It's just a lot of excuses, man. You're going to hear those stories every day. How much they got messed up from the family, mom and dad, the school they went to, the government, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the husband, but never once you're going to hear, like, you know what, buddy? I'm fucked up, man. I did this to me. Please help me. I'm ready. No, you won't get that. See? So that's why you see nowadays the West not moving forward to its healing, because people, they just messing up themselves up. They're not being honest to themselves. They're not ready. If you notice the feed, like some other people was getting healed and moving on with their lives, those are people who just drop all the crap, and decide to heal themselves. Period. That's what it is. Because like how long are you going to continue to run? You can move from US going to Japan.
Right.
It's the same earth. The same wind there. You know what I mean? You still be carrying your shit with you.
Wherever you go,
Wherever you go, it goes. It's not like a tool bag that you're gonna just burn or just give to the West management to take it to somewhere else. No, it's your own stuff that you're carrying on still. So that's the point. People don't understand. Someone has to be like, you know what? This is me. You see, in Bwiti we call it the first and second movie. The first movie, it's a movie which has been written, by your parents since the day you got conceived, all the way to the day you walked out the door of your family. Some walked out the door like the family of 16, 17, 18. See, that's where your family movie, the movie that the family made stop. The day you set your foot outside to leave your home, to decide like, I'm sick of my parents, whatever reason, that I'm good, I'm old enough to move, to do life on my own. That's where your own personal movie started. But look at what it is. How many, you're a provider, how many people came to you still talking about what the parents did to them?
They're still the victim of
They're still the victim. You know what I mean? And you see someone, they're 40, they're 50, 38 something, still talking about what the family did, to them. But how many times you heard about what they've done to themselves? The first movie, nobody wants to watch that because it's so scary. You know what I mean? It's so scary. It's easy to watch the movie that mom and dad wrote and directed, for them. But how come it has to be horrible to watch the personal movie that they wrote themselves the day they left home? They left home, let's say someone left home, they were 18, 19. All the way now, they're 28. They've been making the choices on their own. You know what I mean? Doing things on their own, but they still have to point it out back to my mom and dad. Yeah, I'm not saying it didn't happen. That's not the point. The point is everything happened there. But what can you do about it? But since you know that, I got messed up from my childhood, what do? You still remember how to put your clothes on, not to go outside naked. Some you see girls and people still go to nightclubs, have some fun.
Yeah, best they would
go out there, smoke some weed to get high.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now you're out there on your own making those choices. Mom and dad's not there no more. Yeah. So those are just excuses. I'm not saying I feel sorry for those people who had like a really hardcore childhood. I'm not saying it didn't happen. The thing is, there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Just eat it up and move on. Because if you don't do that, what else? Mm-hmm. Can you go back then and fix it?
No, and it's part of the healing journey too, because they'll do the trauma thing where they'll say, I've got all this trauma from my childhood, and how do I heal it, and how do I fix it?
Someone has to be there to be just like look back like, okay, well, yeah, I come from a disturbing family, but I did all this also to me.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, see, what people don't understand is that your soul won't take your family accountable for what they did to you back then. Because your soul knows in what stage your family were back then. Mm-hmm. What your soul is taking accountable, it's what he did to you since you become an adult. Mm-hmm. And that's the part that they're forgetting. No, they didn't want to see that part. Like, no, that's not me. Yeah. It's my mom and my dad. But what about what he did to yourself? Do you talk about it? No. Why not? Big question. And that's where people get trapped.
Yep.
Because your soul is taking you accountable about what he did to you, when you become an adult. And that's where people missing, the part that people missing. You see, that's where we love taking people to do a life review.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Seeing people crying, having the hearts just floating there. We love to see that because at least for the first time, someone will be facing themselves.
And they can actually see and understand why their parents made the choices that they did. And in that, they can kind of release the blame for them to be the sole issue, because a lot of people want to blame their parents or they want to blame society, they want to blame the government.
Always.
But in truth, it's what you do with the information to yourself that's going to make or break if you're happy or not.
That's right. Any government, like I said earlier, they're not good to people. We all know about it.
I already know it.
You know what I mean? Every human being living in every country, every citizen, we all see traps that they're putting out there for us.
Right.
But we're deliberately choosing to get caught up in there. Yeah. It's a choice. Yeah. We always choose. Same with our personal healing. Yeah. Like, okay, if someone's been messing up from 18 to 30s, 40 something, well, you have a time and the right to heal yourself. If you go back 30 years, you will never know what happened to your parents back then. Why my parents was treating me the way they did.
Right.
Then nobody trying to understand that part. They're just putting everything to the parents. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because how about today you're going to find out that your parents also came from a very violent family. You know what I mean? They were all messed up there before they got you. But guess what? At least they did something that you're not even doing yet.
Right.
They took care of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From 9 months, that old lady, took care of you. She kept you 9 months in the belly. If she wanted to kill you, she could have done it easy. The day you were born, if she wanted to kill you, don't worry about it. A female, a baby's coming out, if she wants to kill a child, she doesn't have to do anything big. She doesn't have to close her eggs. And you're fucking dead. But she didn't do it. You came out, right? And she raised you all the way, regardless of how she did it. The problem is, you were still alive. You had a roof. They send you to school. They pay for it. Until now, you become older. Then starting 17, thinking like my mom and they're not doing shit to me. But do you know what they went through also? Mm-hmm. Here it's not about taking sides. It's about truth. Say the way things are. Look at you in the West. If your mom or father put just let her slap you in the face or your butt, that's it. You would call 911.
Yeah, right.
My God. Do you know how people we get whooped here?
Get your ass beat.
We get our ass whooped. But if you go to the police, don't worry about it. They get you there.
Yeah.
Which not to say that's how it should be there, because there's a lot of also parents severely and physically abusing the child, which is not appropriate and it's not good. But there's another people who came from a good families just because the parents couldn't afford what the child wanted, and the child will start to talk back to the parents.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you got 20 years back, 30 years back, life was different there. You know, parents were struggling. There's a lot of families been struggling. So once you now grown up, you are on your own, you're making your own choices and decisions. How about just, you know, shifting your life around there? So the point at this moment is people are afraid to face themselves. Going back to be the day they left home all the way to yesterday. The crap they've been doing to themselves. They don't want to take that. That's why you see they always put things to other people. Wife, husband, mom and dad.
Yep.
That's it. Until someone will be like, you know what? I'm tired. I did this to me. I did that to me. Now someone will start to get the healing, you know, ready. That's it. Until then, keep looking.
Yep.
You know, go to Amazon, Peru, DR, come in Gabon, you know, you will still be the same. Because you're not ready to face yourself. Because the problem, it's not about who did what to you. That's not what the problem is.
It's what you're doing to you.
What he did it to you. What he doing to you still.
Right.
See, they don't want to see that part. Because the healing, that's where the healing starts.
So in essence, when somebody heals, they really have to become so honest with themselves that they're not willing to lie to themselves any further because they see it as some form of self-abuse.
Yep.
Because when you lie to yourself, you're just abusing yourself.
That's right.
We talk about it in the Bwiti tradition as you abusing nature.
Yep.
Because we know from Bwiti tradition that everything is nature,
That's
including us. And so in order to treat ourselves kindly, we have to cut out the lies. And so if somebody was listening and they're not going to come to an Iboga retreat, but they wanted to know how to start getting honest with themselves, what do they need to look at?
Well, first of all, lies is just like a disease itself. It's one of the biggest diseases ever. When you're lying to yourself, what do you think you're doing? Misery. You're not going anywhere. Regardless of who you are, what you're doing, you're just getting your life messed up. Just with your own lies. You know what I mean? So lies, it's a disease. So someone lying to themselves 24/7, you're not going anywhere. Regardless of what you might be doing as healing and this and that. Now imagine, you know, someone going to a shaman, to a healer for a retreat, and they're still lying to themselves 24/7. You're not doing anything, actually, because the soul is not taking it. Because the main healing that you will find with a lot of people, that's not even physical. It's all spiritual. And when we're talking about physical, spiritual healing, it's our soul that we're addressing, right? And our soul is still there standing by 24/7. You know, looking at us every step of the way, every single word coming out of our mouth, you know, our thoughts, that soul knows. You know, so for someone to stop lying to themselves, well, it's not difficult. Someone has to decide first. You know, you don't just jump ahead to like, okay, no, from now on I'm gonna stop lying to me, and boom, it happens. No, someone has to make a choice in the decision, because that's the first step, you know, to the healing. Stop lying to you. Once someone, you know, understands that and they stop lying to themselves, things will automatically change, start to, you know, click by itself. Because now that's how we get a response from our soul. You know, if you're lying every day, you're not just lying to yourself, you're training your soul to become a liar. And your soul won't be accepting it. So that's what's causing the disconnection between a human, a person, and the soul. Everything starts with lies. You know, all the beliefs that you're loading on your mind, it's a lies, right? So lies is not just because, you know, if you stole something, they ask and you say, that's not me. You know what I mean? When you remember it's you, that's not just it.
Yeah.
Believes it's a lies. There's different type of lies people will put in themselves, and it's creating a chaos in themselves, a misery. Because as the medicine, you know, teaches us that we are nature. You don't abuse nature. You get anything from a nature as food and medicine. First, you don't get attached to it. You don't abuse it. If you get attached to it, you become slave. If you abuse it, you pay the price. But now, see the way people will picture nature? It's just any other living things from outside themselves. So for them, they're not nature. Or they're just a little bit half of nature here. No, we're not half of nature. We are nature.
Yep.
And there's a law saying if you abuse nature, you pay the price. Yeah. And that price is what? It's misery. Stress will start to become there. Depression. You know what I mean? All the misery possible that making you go like crazy, feeling like crap, you know, every day, 24/7. You know, nobody loves you out there. That's how you feel. You know what I mean? Like people talking about me where nobody's paying attention to you. You know, you know what I mean? All those things, man, it's all yours.
Right.
You know, that's misery. And it's like there's only one judge there. There's no lawyers. No matter, you might be a billionaire. No, you won't have enough money to, you know, to pay for a lawyer because there's none. There's only one judge. The judge is the nature itself. See? So you have to pay the price, which is misery. That's how you see people suffering because they're abusing themselves. So someone has to stop abusing themselves by stopping to lie to themselves. It's so simple. Like, we all know as soon as someone turns 18, we know what's wrong, what's right, regardless. We know what's wrong, what's right. We know what's true, what's not true.
Yeah, we have this thing called the conscience.
We have that. We have that. It's natural. Every human, it's been written in our essence since day one. So we know if I'm saying something, I know deep inside of me, I'm telling the truth, or I'm lying, just because I want, for whatever reason, right? So everybody knows when they're lying, regardless. Everybody knows. It's just, it's a free pass for a lot of people. They have to lie to get somewhere, right? Yeah. But guess what? We're somewhere. You know what I mean?
You never get away with it.
You know, you never get away with it. You know, so people have to stop abusing themselves. They, you know what I mean? Stop lying to themselves. That's where the healing starts. Yep. Anybody who didn't stop lying to themselves, they have no healing at all. I'm telling you, there's no healing there because the soul won't take it. You know, physical healing, it's easy, but spiritual healing, that's actually the hardcore one, right? Because you have a witness. A witness will never lie. Yep. Your own soul, it's been there since day one. Always watching and pointing. You know, counting. It has a counter. Yeah. You know, every time you messed up, boom, 1 point. You know, every time you lie to yourself, boom, another one. You know what I mean? So that's where people need to go. You know, they have to process all the lies and let that crap go because it's not necessary. Let's say, okay, someone's 38 and they've been lying themselves all the way. They've been doing every type of healings and nothing is getting right for them. Just based on the lies. There's no other things. There's no other things. Just the lies. They constantly lying to themselves. They're not getting anywhere. You can't take the medicine, even Iboga medicine. You take it when you're still lying to yourself. It's just gonna beat the crap out of you for a minute. You know what I mean? To teach you a lesson. But if you're not ready, it's not gonna do anything. See? So that's very important for people to know. Lies. It's a disease. You know, and so all liars out there. You know what I mean? All those beliefs out there. Yeah. Look how beliefs nowadays in the West. You guys are good, you know, writing all those beliefs. You're really, you know, specialized on that. Yeah. And just confusing people out there. Beliefs, they're just lies. Yeah. You know, now imagine a family was going to lie to the children like for more than 10, 15, 20 generations. That's a shame. Yeah. As a father, knowing the truth, that you know, I'm teaching my son a lie, something not real that I never ever experienced myself, but I'm still have to teach my son. That's sad and shame, seriously. You know, that's, they say a lie and a bwiti, it's very, very strong. Like, we don't play with that. That's why we cannot talk about things we don't know. We don't teach our kids things we have no idea, just because I want to have knowledge. Fuck knowledge. What is it? You know what I mean? Like, no, we teach our kids things that we know ourselves. That way my son or my daughter won't come back to me saying like, Dad, you lied to me. How come only one person has to know everything out there? See, that's a problem. You see all those beliefs that you guys have there? Who can prove it? Who can hold someone else in the hand like, you know what? This is the part that I know. I'm taking it in. I want you to go and verify that. Yeah. How many that you know can do that? Taking everybody or somebody to go there to become their own witness. Because that's where it comes down to, buddy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Truth hurts, man.
And the funny thing is not for long. If you do admit it, the truth is something that it stings.
It's right there.
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. And then, you know, it gets you free. Yeah. But see, nowadays it's just beliefs out there. Lots of beliefs. And people love it. See, until they start to feel the pain. Because as soon as you enter beliefs, it's all juicy. Right? But don't worry, pain will come. And there's only one, the pain won't come, won't start to pop up from your feet. No, it's always here.
Heart. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where it comes. You know, when that little boy inside of you is starting to twist itself, you know what I mean, from all the beliefs, you're screwed, man.
Right.
And that's not right. People have to stop lying others. You know, even shamans and healers out there, all those gurus.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is guru anyway? Guru, someone who knows everything? Really? Do you know any guru can take anyone else to a journey where they can go and verify whatever they're saying?
It's no other human being, that's for sure.
You know what I mean? You know, like, kind of directing people to lies, man, just for their own gain. Truth, everybody should know the truth. Not a single human being will standing up right in front of everybody saying, guys, this is me, God invest himself in me, I want you to follow me. Follow you blindly? Hell no, that's not happening in Bwiti tradition. No. If you see something, I have to see it too. You know, like, believe only. No. We all know about beliefs. It's crap. You know, things that you cannot explain. Things that you cannot have a witness. The truth is, being your own witness. You know what I mean? So look at how many speakers, how many talkers, you know, conferences. You know, people, you know, having a lot of conferences. You guys have a lot of gurus in the West where everybody's following them. He's just a regular human being like you. He doesn't know any better. He just, like, even himself, he doesn't know himself well.
Well, and the problem is that we give away our own power of our own GPS system, right?
That's right. And we follow gurus until we get fucked. One day you find out, like, you all screwed up, right? All the money gone. You know? You know, just being naive.
Yes, that's one of the things I love so much about this tradition is that it teaches us that we have all of our own answers.
That's it.
We don't need to continue to listen to somebody else for guidance.
You don't need to.
We got to get clean with ourselves.
That's right.
Once that shit's really clean,
then you're good.
Then you're good. You can hear the voice.
Be your own witness always. You don't need to follow someone. See, Bwiti tradition, we don't have followers. There's no need. There's no contract, there's no followers. You know, you do your journey, you finish, you can move on your life. Once you get yourself together, that's it, done. You move on. You know, but look what's happening nowadays. You know, a lot of beliefs out there. Just trapping people in. And people don't even ask questions, man. Because some beliefs, they'll tell you, don't ask questions, just believe. After what? Many generations? Until one child will stand up for themselves. And as soon as a child start to say no, that's it. Parents start to get pissed off. You know what I mean? No, the child is seeing things not making sense. He has to find the truth on his own. Because you don't tell someone what truth is. Someone has to find their own truth. You know what I mean? Even though truth being one, someone has to become their own witness.
It's an experience.
It's experiences. You don't read, from the books. You don't follow some big guys just because they know how to talk to make you sleep when they're talking. No, you got to go yourself and be your own witness. Face the truth. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But now in the West, that's not it. You have so many beliefs, because you know how to write, you know how to talk, so everybody's following it. And at the end of the day, they get hurt and messed up, confused.
There's always a new book.
Always
a new book, a new way to help you, new modality. There's a new diet for everything.
Well,
you have,
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that because I had people coming to me, with like 150 different books. Like healing books, you name it. Like your libraries are all full there of books. And I was when I was talking to one of my friends, and like, the West should be healed by now.
Yeah, right.
Having with all those millions of books about healing, but yet people are still suffering. It's all crap. Because you won't get a healing from a book ever. You have to go through your own experience. Period. If you find a good medicine, a good provider, you get there for real, you get healed one time and move on your life. Boom. That's it. That's all it takes.
Yeah, thank you, Moughenda.
You're very welcome.
I wanted to extend, so to all my listeners, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I know you guys have been very excited for this podcast, as I have as well. But I wanted to say, Moughenda, your influence and impact on me and my life is something that I will always cherish. It's
Thank you. I
something
appreciate
that I honor very, very deeply in my life, and it's changed me very deeply, and I really appreciate the work that you do.
Thank you.
And the work of the Bwiti here, and the impact that it has not only on me, but extending to our listeners.
Well, that's why you become a provider yourself, right?
That's right.
You're out there, making difference,
Yeah.
serving, and thank you for caring, very gentle and well, carrying the tradition and the medicine stuff. And you've been doing amazing work, Spencer, and I really appreciate it too.
Yes.
And I'm sure the medicine, all the folks here, they love you and they appreciate you too.
Yeah.
So which is really good.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Thank you, Moughenda.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, this is the Living Indubiously podcast. Moughenda Mikala, 10th generation shaman.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. That's right. Mabimbo. Anton, gentlemen.
Bye.